So I had a guy troll my video the other day, and this is what he said. Spoiler alert, all the women who are deferring being with who they got will be gravely disappointed in your 30s as your looks go way south. I'm 36 and will never date any women in her 30s, ever. Ignoring the stark grammatical errors aside, let's see if his thesis holds true. Here's a photo of me from 10 years ago at the innocent, pure, desirable age of 22. And here's the photo of me from 20 seconds ago, unfiltered and unedited, looking like the haggard beast that I clearly am at the ripe old age of 32. And while I could expound further on the subject, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I've got 2 of them here, so I'll let the pictures do most of the talking. But here's what I will say. Ladies, a man who was born in this country whose first language is English, who doesn't know how to appropriately pluralize the word woman, probably doesn't know anything about women to begin with.
When women argue they don't lose value after 30, they immediately make it about appearance. 2 photos, 10 years apart, same lighting, same angle, and the conclusion is always, see, I still look good. But men were never arguing that women turn ugly at 30. That's a straw man. The argument is leverage. At 22, attention is automatic. At 32, it's conditional. At 37, it's selective and increasingly temporary. If you still have it, you don't need to prove it. You don't post comparison photos. You don't argue with the market. The moment youth has to be defended, it's already depreciating.
Guys, I need you to understand how crazy you look crying about ending up alone. I'm saying this as somebody who is 33 years old. I got divorced when I was 27, less than a year after my wedding. And one thing I will never do is cry about ending up alone. And I'm actually not saying that for the reason you think. It's not just because like, oh, love yourself and you'll be fine if you're alone. It's because like you are going to find partnership, and actually you'll be so shocked how perfect the person that you are going to connect with is going to be for you and how quickly it can happen. All you bitches who love crying about ending up alone are the most magical, magnificent women I've ever seen in my life, and I'm sick of hearing it, and I'm not going to listen to it anymore. I have so many girlfriends who are like, I would literally marry them tomorrow. They're the loves of my life. They will get into those moods where they're just like, I feel like, what if it doesn't happen for me? I'm getting older. I want to have kids, all these things. And I have told every single one of them on repeat, and they know what I'm going to say when they come to me. And I'm hoping that's actually why they come to me, because they know I'm going to give them a little, hug and a little pat on the back, is that they are going to connect with their person, and it can actually happen so fast. And I've actually been roasting one of my good girlfriends because she, used to bring this up from time to time. We would talk about it, obviously. And in the last couple months, she met someone who is just such a manifestation of the type of partnership she was looking for. And it's just been so aligned, and it's moving so quickly, like literally in the span of a few months, like all the things are happening. And I just wanted to share that because I feel like there's a lot of people who are in that space who are like, boo-hoo, what if I end up alone? Like, bitch, you look crazy. You're not going to end up alone. Like, we're actually sick of you saying that you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
Then comes the reassurance phase. You're not going to end up alone. It can happen so fast. You're magical. You look crazy for worrying. Notice what's missing. No discussion of fertility. No discussion of male choice. No discussion of timing, trade-offs, or competition. Just vibes and anecdotes. My friend met someone. Cool. Casinos also have winners. That's how they stay open. Calling fear crazy doesn't eliminate it. It just silences it. Because if one woman admits the risk, the whole illusion collapses. Men don't solve problems with affirmations. They plan for downside. This isn't empowerment. It's emotional anesthesia. Women absolutely can end up alone. Not because they're ugly or unworthy, but because time doesn't care about affirmations. Calling anxiety crazy doesn't erase it. It just proves you're terrified of the silence when the music stops.
There was a man who was 21 who looked like a supermodel who wanted to match with me. That is not my speed. I like older, but you have that option is available to you if you want. The doomerism, the red pill matrix nonsense from people like Andrew Tate and the Whatever podcast. Now, I'm sorry, but as a man, if you listen to stuff like that, what you are telling me is that you don't have experience with women. Because I have never been able to be told what to do or listened to authority, which what is authority? Can anybody tell me? Because that has not been clear to me for a very long time. Because I don't listen to any authority other than my own inner authority and God, my relationship with God, who has authority over my life, and not in some weird way that other people ascribe to. I don't believe that God wants me to suffer, which is why I'm not suffering right now. I know that this situation that seemed perfect, there's something better. Like, I have a knowing. It's not a belief. Wayne Dwyer talks about the difference between knowing and belief. I have a knowing that something better is coming.
Next comes the flex. She's 37, and her proof of options is a 21-year-old supermodel who matched with her. Not dated, not committed, not claimed. Matched. That's not an option, that's attention. Men hand that out like free samples at Costco. Then comes the escape hatch. Red pill is nonsense, Andrew Tate, authority, blah blah. Translation? Any framework that explains male choice threatens my fantasy, so I'll call it cultish. Here's the reality she keeps dodging. Men don't marry vibes. They don't commit to knowing. They don't build families on spiritual affirmations and Wayne Dyer quotes. Saying, I have a knowing something better is coming at 37 isn't faith. It's hope pretending to be wisdom. And notice the pattern. Every sentence centers her inner authority. No curiosity about men, no accountability, no adjustment, just belief that reality must bend. Yes, women can still get attention at 37, but commitment is the currency, and that market gets tighter every year. Attention isn't victory. Choice isn't real until someone chooses you back.
I just need to vent because why am I always the second option? Every single time, I swear, I'm always the backup option. I'm always the option until a different option comes around, and I get it. I have a complicated life and headstrong. I have 3 kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a single mom with 2 baby daddies. I understand all of that. It's not an easy situation. And the ones that I, want to give me a chance, they just treat me like shit. And then the ones that I'm not interested at all, those are the ones that are like, there's some of us out here that are trying and you just aren't giving us a chance. Well, Bob, you're 67 years old. What do you want me to do? Of course I don't want to give you a chance. Yes, I'm not dating my father. What do you want from me, Mark? You're sexualizing my body before you even have a conversation with me. What do you expect from me? User 6547829118512. I don't even know your first name. Who are you? What do you look like? Of course I'm not giving you a chance. Like, let's use our brains a little bit here, guys, okay? The only people I actually give a chance are people that I've had face-to-face conversations with. Even if we haven't met in real life, we've FaceTime, we've been on the screen, we've been face-to-face with each other. You can't connect over a DM, especially if you're not even my type in the first place. I don't know who you are. We're not friends. You don't have a profile picture. Your name's not in your bio. And your username says Big Daddy Mac. Hey, can I take you out to dinner? No, who are you? Of course no woman is going to go out on a date with you. But when you actually have a conversation or you're talking to someone and then they pick somebody else, that's when you're justified in saying, I never get picked or whatever you guys want to complain about. Women don't feel safe. That's why they're not going out with you. It's not your personality. It's not that you're...
And then, finally, honesty breaks through. Why am I always the second option? 3 kids, 2 fathers, complicated life, high standards, low tolerance. And suddenly, the math appears. Older men are gross. Average men are invisible. Awkward men are unsafe. Sexual men are disrespectful. So the only men left are the men with options. And men with options treat everyone like an option. That's not cruelty, that's symmetry. Being the second option doesn't mean you're worthless. It means the cost exceeds the return for the men you want. Men aren't confused, they're calculating. The modern dating market doesn't punish women for aging. It simply rewards those who align early with reality. Attention is not commitment. Matches are not marriage. Affirmations are not strategy. And the lie that keeps women stuck isn't patriarchy. It's being told that time, biology, and choice don't apply to them. Reality doesn't argue, it just selects.